Paris Saint-Germain can dream again. The stands here definitely a place for the hopeful, and no doubt that hope is replicated at just about every major ground in the land. It is time for us all to come together and to believe. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena, absolutely perfect for a game of this nature. So it's away we go then. Saint-Maximin. Looking for the runner.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, a player who's often talked about as having the ability to play for the very best is Milan Skriniar. What's impressed me most about him is his deftness with the...
And the shot! It's there!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early. What about the pass, Peter? It was played so intelligently, and he picked out the perfect target.
The goal scorer for Paris Saint-Germain after 10 minutes is number 10, Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi.
It is a super start. So far, so very good. Oh, what a mistake! He's got away. No, it's not getting there.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
That's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Guti takes control of it and he's on the move. It's Neymar! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Szymanski. Throw it. He is through here. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Paris Saint-Germain leading here thanks to that early goal, and the score is 1-0. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Neymar! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
This is proving to be a very good spell. The intensity is great, but they've got to make it count.
Substitution.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. And back to the goalkeeper. And a play for a throw. Now it's Neymar. Kavecci. Tosun. Messi. And it's Guti. In with the challenge. Talisca. And it's Guti. Carvecchi stood his ground strongly. And they're quick to get it back. Davids. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Drogba. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Tosun. Neymar. And it's Guti. Oh, that's fabulous.
Has been indicated.
Just eases him off the ball. Guti receives it in a good position here. And this could be the final action of the first half. Oh, what a climb!
Well, he's...
And there's the end of the first half. So there we are, half-time. Both teams head into their respective dressing room. And, well, there was a genuine flow about the game. Most importantly, there has been just one telling moment. It is still very tight here. The game still up for grabs. And the half-time score, 1-0.
With the father of a boy
On
in
the
a
evidence
blue
of what
hat
we've seen,
kindly
their
make
word,
his
their
way
lead.
to the
There was
information
genuine
center.
intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Paris Saint-Germain, the happier of the teams, heading in for half-time, 1-0 up. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
And the pass is intercepted. That pass has been well intercepted. Oh, there's a probing ball. Drogba. Team still separated by the game's only goal. Beckham. And he's straight offside. Skriniar, some resolute defending there. Oh, outsmarting him this time. So we've reached the hour mark.
Match was 71,550.
Paris Saint-Germain have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence. Look, it's a run defence is dislike, but the timing...
Can he finish? And yes, it's there! And this is getting better and better.
That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
Paris Saint-Germain are doing very nicely, thank you.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Beckham. It's a really well-measured ball. And he's managed to get free. And that is masterful defending. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he was quick to react. No, that's been intercepted. Muldur. Oh, this is a terrific run. And he was alert to it. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Beckham. Oh, perfectly measured that. He has found a way through. Fred kept his eye on it, and he's there. Drogba! Surely now they are well and truly out of sight. And the lead is extended still further. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
A case now of complete control. Neymar. And a header! It's a goal! It is no contest. It is a landslide.
Paris Saint-Germain clearly executed that with considerable confidence. It only took seconds to score once the ball was recovered.
So welcome, something you can feel what football means to the people in this part of the world. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely
Hello,
here.
everybody, and
Gorgeous,
welcome to
gorgeous
today's
evening. The
match.
skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. Really is quite a sight to behold this. It feels like a big game, it looks like a big game. Mind you, they all do at this ground. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. And here's Mbappe. Got a shot away! And that is great goalkeeping.
It was very much worth a try, and I've seen worse. That should tee him up nicely for his next attempt at least.
Goes to finish! Oh, just lacked a decent finish. It's gone for a throw-in. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, I'm really looking forward to seeing this guy, Kim Min-jae. He's quick, so he has no real issues when it comes to pacey opponents. But his size is a strength too. It's reflected in the amount of duels he actually wins. So he's quite defensively minded, but he does have the ability to get on the ball and move it up the pitch, although it's not something he focuses on.
Yes, he'd be my pick too. It's going to be all about how they get the best out of him. Paris Saint-Germain with the corner. They're first. Cleared away. And now a sudden chance to counter. Guti. Hernandez. Paris Saint-Germain have Messi! That's a half-decent try.
Well, to put it this way, he's probably made better decisions.
First quarter of an hour gone. Davids. And it's Drogba. Drogba showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Costa Curta kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. 0-0 still. No lack of chances, though.
Well, it's certainly not a grab affair, Peter. It's had its moments.
Hernandez. And that could set him on his way. Neymar. Olise can get it clear. Bayern Munich looking to get their possession game going here.
Yeah, it can be very stylish and expansive to watch if they get it to the standard we know they can. But what's key is the number of ballers in the team. As long as they don't lose the purpose, if they keep the purpose and the urgency, all will be well.
And that is a little undercooked. Kim Min-jae, nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Now it's Mbappe. Beckham.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
And it's Messi. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Costa Curta. Davids. Oh, nicely intercepted. And he was alert to it. Paris Saint-Germain have got it back and they'll have another go. Oh, perfectly measured. Mbappe! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, that's very much changed the complexion. It's also changed mindsets and moods in both teams, and it had to be him. Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and bit hard.
Bayern Munich have broken through. It's 1-0.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
could be a corner. Corner number 2 then. Kim Min-jae tries to clear. Costa Curta.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Bout of passing here, really easy. It's Neymar! Oh, and with that, the half-time whistle goes. Steady, solid, and for now, where they want to be. Just 1 goal, and they have it. Good effort from both sides, but at half-time, it is 1-0.
Please take this opportunity to pay a visit
Yeah,
to
you
our
don't get any
official
points
store
for
where
stating the obvious,
memorabilia from
Peter, but
today's match are
thankfully
now
this is still
available.
very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Substitution for Paris Saint-Germain. Number 8, Didier Drogba.
Here we go again then.
Number 11, Neymar.
Paris Saint-Germain can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Mbappe. Number 18,
Paris Saint-Germain do appear to have made a half-time
number
change.
15,
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it. They've got to make this nice and quick. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Schneider. Paris Saint-Germain finding their passes. And that has put paid to that. Mbappe! Olise. Sabitzer.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Foden. Foden going face-to-face with his great rival. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped. Bayern Munich have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Now it's Mbappe. Paris Saint-Germain still chasing a 1-goal deficit here. And he's running through. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. No second thought, a straight red card. Now, there is concern on the faces of the players standing around him here. Well, Jim, I suppose that was the only possible outcome in the circumstances.
Well, it's never nice to see something like that, is it? But that's what it says in the letter of the law. He's got to go. This is the sort of thing he craves, a chance to make a telling impact.
He's having a good look here. It's loose, and there's a race for the... And now the hit!
The attendance for this match was 72,306.
Paris Saint-Germain have their 3rd corner. Caicedo with the clearance.
That's what has to be done now, no question about it.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
And it's Schneider. He's had it taken off him. Sabitzer. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Paris Saint-Germain are very much in the game and matching the opposition for chances.
Shapes to shoot! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
It didn't quite come off on this occasion, but it only needs a gentle tweak.
Hernandez. Paris Saint-Germain perhaps contemplating their next change here.
Paris Saint-Germain are stuck in central station. and they might find a fast track out wide if they care to look.
And he's there to belt it away. Corner number 4 coming up here. Defending of the desperate variety. They're up to 5 corners now. That has been knocked clear. That's a decent clearance. And here's Beckham. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Guti. Passing nice and neat.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Hernandez. Guti looking to get on the end of this. Caicedo, and that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he's quick to get it clear again. Paris Saint-Germain are in dire need of a breakthrough. Can they?
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
He's played it back.
They're really getting no time to think.
Can he finish? Foden clears.
Paris Saint-Germain have a simple task to find something sustained now and keep the pressure on.
Robertson gets rid without sophistication. Confirmation that there will be 2-minute stoppage time. Swept in, he's had a shot! And that has been clubbed away. And that is it, the referee has seen enough. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. And nobody in this atmosphere can hide from the truth about how much this game matters. The scene overflows with colour and passion. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Hernandez going full tilt down the left. Alexander-Arnold did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. That is a great pick out. Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Lionel Messi is indeed one of a kind, and history shows that... Chance for the header! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
Neymar, lobbed in behind, and he welcomes it in. Foden. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes, so we're seeing some conservatism here.
Guti. That is good alertness. He's gone forward. Foden. Paris Saint-Germain are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Mbappe. Beckham. Caicedo. Guti. Neymar. Alexander-Arnold. Neymar. Sabitzer. Hernandez. And it's Neymar. He can run onto that. Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Mbappe. Passing is crisp and sharp.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Little pass back.
Well, he just didn't have any support.
Neymar. Oh, he's onto this. Just the keeper to beat. Mbappe! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! And Paris Saint-Germain take the lead. And that really is so impressive.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
So the first moment of real significance.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
And here's Mbappe. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. That's a quick free kick. Now it's Guti. Crossed into the middle. Onana deals with it effortlessly. Van Dijk spots it and intercepts. Caicedo. Can he get it through? It's Neymar! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And he's quick to snatch it back. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. Kim Min-jae was alert to the possibilities, but in the... Mbappe! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, another save.
Well, look, believe me when I tell you that goalkeepers work harder than anyone else in training, and that's why, to be top class on match day, that was a majestic stop.
And we have our very first corner. And he's quick to get it clear again. Robertson. Now who's going to be first to this? And Messi!
There will be 1 minute
And he
added
looked
time.
every bit the assured keeper there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Now it's Mbappe. He can run onto that. Hits one! He scores! And again, they simply do not know what has hit them. What a moment of brilliance. And that'll be the final action of the first half. Some first half thoughts?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
Paris Saint-Germain in control at half-time, 2-0. And the game has already resumed here. He could be in here. Chance to shoot. Shapes to shoot! And yes, it's there! The second half off to a spectacular start. There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, I think they probably needed an early goal in this half just to give them the confidence and belief to push on and look for an equaliser.
Kim Min-jae. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And he's there to retrieve it. Hernandez. Here's Guti. Hernandez. Now it's Mbappe. Kim Min-jae. Fires from distance. Hernandez. That has been cut short.
The attendance for
Caicedo.
this match was
No, that was never gonna make it.
71,649.
Kim Min-jae.
That's what has to be done now, no question about it.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
And it's Messi. Messi. Oh, it's a sweet ball, that. Might be danger here. Oh, real chance! Goal! Bayern Munich are all square.
Bayern Munich clearly executed that with considerable confidence. It only took seconds to score once the ball was recovered.
We have ourselves a real game here.
Look, Peter, I was on the fence before a ball was kicked and I still haven't moved.
Messi, Mbappe.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Messi. That has not gone well. Alexander-Arnold. Kim Min-jae. And he's being shifted off it. Kim Min-jae unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. No, that's been intercepted. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Guti. Foden. Sabitzer. And he welcomes it in. It's Mbappe! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
Well, we could be headed for a scenario in which next goal is the winner. That chance could have been it too.
A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal. That's just playing it safe and simple.
That is good alertness.
Paris Saint-Germain showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now. You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
And it's Neymar. Oh, shooting chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Beckham.
2 added minutes.
Well, he
have
certainly
been
wasn't in the
indicated.
mood to take any risks.
Passes short and sharp. Oh, important interception. And he's heaved it away. The 90 minutes are up, 30 more to come.
Well, we can only hope we get an extra time contest of similar ambition, provided fatigue doesn't begin to play a part.
And a quick announcement
So to
today
clarify,
that memorabilia
extra
from today's
time
match
will
is
follow.
now on sale in the Stadium Hall. Substitution for Paris Saint-Germain. Number 11, Neymar. Number
90
9,
minutes gone and
Mbappe.
nothing between them still.
Number 22, Beckham. Coming on the
Foden,
field. Number
Mbappe.
18, Eto'o.
Sabitzer,
Number 25,
he's going to be disappointed with that.
Mohamed Salah.
Davids.
Number 15,
Schneider. He has slightly undercooked that one.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
Now it's Mohamed Salah. Guti really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Good read, needed to be. Schneider. Messi. Now it's Eto'o. Now it's Eto'o. Schneider. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Now it's Mbappe. Kim Min-jae. Messi. And it's Salah. Alexander-Arnold cuts it out. Eto'o. He is through. It's Eto'o! Oh, it's in! And that may just do it! A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Yeah, and it's not a surprise to see him elect to shoot from there, considering how much movement can be
Half-time, extra time.
just a quick announcement.
Yeah, 90 minutes long gone, 15 of an extra 30 have also gone, and the search for a winner is still on. Truly, this is a punishing game on bodies and heads and minds. The outstanding question, the only question, is there still room for one last bit of drama? Well, we are already up and running again. Well, this really has been an epic encounter, and there are some tired limbs out there. How much more can the players give? And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Salah. Eto'o. Look at the space here. Great chance! In for the pieces! Oh, the ball's come loose here. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Sabitzer. Now it's Mbappe. Well-timed, excellent interception. And it's played forward. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Sabitzer. Kim Min-jae.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
And it's Eto'o. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Olise can get it clear. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Paris Saint-Germain clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to...
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Paris Saint-Germain pull through, sometimes by hook, sometimes by crook, but that needn't matter. They have the win. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening
Hello,
here.
everybody,
A
and
clear
welcome
night,
to
all the
today's
ingredients
match.
for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena, absolutely perfect for a game of this nature. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Now it's Neymar. Neymar. Mbappe! Deftly away. Opts to play it back. And again, he's sorted that out terrifically. Messi unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And here's Mbappe. He's going for goal! They've got to be quick to recover this. Oh, he's been caught on it here. And that's him. In with a header! Oh, just couldn't turn it in.
Well, it really shouldn't be allowed to happen again. It needs to be dealt with at source.
Oh, what has happened here? Referee's had a good look and given a corner. And we have our very first corner. There's the hit! And that has been clubbed away. Paris Saint-Germain are looking to go forward now. Nicely spread. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Lampard! Oh! Fantastic! That is a gem! An absolute gem!
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
There's the shot! Really well taken goal. And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, how's that for composure, Peter? You can see the keeper.
Mbappe! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Paris Saint-Germain get themselves into the lead.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. There will be a throw-in. Van Bauten. Paris Saint-Germain have hit a quick-fire double here and are 2-1 up. What a comeback. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Paris Saint-Germain clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Messi. Van Bauten tries to clear. Davids. Half an hour played now. And he's straight offside. Schneider. Neymar.
Oh, great feat, that.
And he's managed to get... Decent hit! Messi. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Oh, this looks sharp. Now it's Mbappe. Paris Saint-Germain heading towards the half-time break. The wind very much in their sails. And it's Cruyff. Lampard. He's got away. Oh, this is a great position. Mbappe! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome. And the keeper's given it away. Schneider. That has been slung wide. Now there's a fine ball. He's gone for goal! Just off target.
Well, to put it this way, he's probably made better decisions.
Schneider.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Oh, that's nice. Messi. Lampard, a player of legendary status. And here's Mbappe. Oh, good read. And we've reached half-time. Paris Saint-Germain come roaring back in quite some style. We've got a very different game now. So we reach the halfway point.
Well, Peter, I'm just thinking of the best way to describe that. Frantic, frenzied. It was unmissable and it was irresistible. Forget about the analysis on this one, just enjoy it.
Paris Saint-Germain have ultimately had the better of things in the first half, ahead by the odd goal in 3. It is, of course, far from 1. Both managers in pensive mood as they head down the tunnel. It is 2-1 here at half-time. And we're already back up and running after half-time. No reported change to either side during the break. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he welcomes it in. And that was very necessary. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
Mbappe! Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Messi is flagged offside. Messi. Not the most convincing of passes. Rodri. And there's green grass ahead of him. Messi.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
The attendance for this match was 71,550.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And here's Mbappe. Ronaldinho. Schneider has created one goal already. Mbappe!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Has a look and plays it forward. Good spot, he's seen the run. Messi. That's good defending, very good defending. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
Hey, you make it sound so simple. And he cuts out the supply.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Van Bouten cuts it out. Costa Curta making good progress on the right-hand side. And the pass is intercepted. And here's Neymar. And he was quick to react. And it's Schneider. Threads one in. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe finds himself offside. So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Oh, given away, it's Neymar! He has done it! And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line. Terrible error, duly punished. Paris Saint-Germain go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
Davids, whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Rashford tries a shot! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Well, there are a few pockets of space that are being exploited, and they need filling, and fast.
Paris Saint-Germain clearly now in lead preservation mode. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Neymar.
2 added minutes
Time
has been
added on
indicated.
will be 2 minutes. Now it's Son Heung-min. Ah, lovely feed, he is such a good mover.
This is what good chemistry is all about. What a
Great chance! And time is up. So the winners bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. Mbappe voted man of the... Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And as you can see, we've already started here. It's Neymar! Oh, denied brilliantly!
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
wide. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. And that's put paid to a promising move. Threads one in. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Peter. He's strong, he's quick, he's totally dominant in the air. And what's more, he seems to really love a tussle. His passing's good too, and he never seems to lose it in important areas. I'd expect this team to notch up a lot of clean sheets with him on board.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Over to the left. Oh, well played, well played. Schneider.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it...
And the shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
That is good alertness. Now it's Neymar. Still goalless at the moment. Messi. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. And it's Messi. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Hernandez. Now it's Neymar. And it's Neymar. Schneider looking to run onto it. Schneider stood his ground strongly. Lampard, a true great in every sense of the word. Now it's Mbappe. And the shot! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain!
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
So we have the first goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
And he has slightly undercooked that one.
That was just poor decision.
He's had a hit! They've done it! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Paris Saint-Germain are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
That's headed upfield. Oh, nicely intercepted. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Davids. Now it's Mbappe. Paris Saint-Germain have scored 2 quick goals here and are well and truly in the driving seat. That's a shade optimistic. Vieira. Now Ronaldinho. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Defending was strong and firm. Now it's
There
Cruyff.
will be 1 minute added
Oh,
time.
it's just a little long. Rodri. Schneider. Neymar. Messi. Muscular approach does pay off here. That has not gone well. And that'll be the last act of the first half. We'll do it back on the first 45 minutes.
Paris Saint-Germain just didn't want the half-time whistle to be blown. Convincing and controlled.
Paris Saint-Germain go in at half-time on a comfortable 2-goal cushion. And that's the start of another 45 minutes. Adams does really well to win the ball there. Great ball, there's the shot! It's fallen kindly here. He has done it! The second half sparked straight into life. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Yeah, his instinct told him that the keeper would struggle to cope with that, so top marks for him following up. I think it's really sharp play, it was well read, and he was a little quicker than everybody else.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Scoring early in this half just takes the pressure off now and allows them a chance to be a bit more patient in trying to level things up. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And that was very necessary. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, that is asking for trouble. He's picked his way through. Messi! They've scored! They have come roaring back.
Oh, listen, the writing was on the wall. It looked like this was going to happen, and it has.
This has become one superb game of football.
No doubt as to who has the momentum here now. The only doubt is how many is coming.
He has found a way through. Cruyff. Can he spark a counter here? And they're not going to make any further progress now. Could have been dangerous, but it came to nothing. And he's quick to get it clear again. Mbappe, and he cuts out the supply.
The attendance
looking
for this
to
match
set
was
free a runner.
70,987.
Schneider.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Messi. And that could set him on his way. Lampard. Davis spots it and intercepts. Distributed tidily. Oh, this looks sharp. Van Dijk attempts a clearance. Messi is offering some sort of an apology there.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration.
And it's Schneider. That is a great pick out. Well-timed, excellent interception. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Messi. Schneider.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be. This is actually quite a courageous move, and I'll add, ambitious and adventurous too.
Maldini is there, and he can get that clear. Mbappe. Lampard. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And the pass is intercepted. And it's Ronaldinho. That has been cut short. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
And now they can clear their lines.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Maldini wins the duel this time. Maldini calmly anticipates. It is going to need 30 more minutes. No winner after 90.
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
Please take some time out to give your support.
So 90 minutes couldn't produce a winner, and we have extra time.
Substitution for Paris Saint-Germain. Number 15. Number 11. Neymar. Coming
So
on the
our
field,
quest to find the winner
number
continues.
14, Guti. Number 21. Del Piero. Substitutions taking place.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, that's beautifully weighted. He's found a way through. Van Dijk did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Davis. Up he goes! Here comes another cross. And he's taking no chances there. Had a shot! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
Well, we could be headed for a scenario in which next goal is the winner. That chance could have been it too.
Van Bouten makes the interception. Messi, great defending, strong and determined. Davis, Vinicius Junior, Gascoigne. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. He'll try from distance. And that's it for the first half of extra time.
This is a lost children's announcement.
Yeah, 90 minutes
With the
long
father
gone,
of a boy
15
in
of
a
an extra
blue hat
30 have also
kindly make
gone,
his way
and the
to the
search for a
information
winner
centre.
is still on. Truly, this is a punishing game on bodies and heads and minds. The outstanding question, the only question, is there still room for one last bit of drama? Well, we are already up and running again. This has been enthralling. So what do the last 15 minutes have left? And it's Gascoigne. Real chance! Oh, it's in! And that has raised the roof!
Well, his movement is all based on fine margins, and the timing of his run then was ideal.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, I think you can write this lot off at your peril. It's been a joy to watch them haul themselves right back into it. Now, can they hang on?
Rashford. Taken back almost at once. Danger averted for now. Paris Saint-Germain are looking desperate here, short on time and options. Vinicius Junior! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Vinicius Junior deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Lobbed in behind. Defending of the desperate variety.
Paris Saint-Germain need to give it everything they have.
And that's it. Paris Saint-Germain did lead. Indeed, they controlled, but they managed to throw it all away. A defeat made... Well, hello and welcome one and all. It's a pleasure to have you with us. As you can see, we are all set. The game should be a truly entertaining one, whichever side of it you find yourself on. We have a grand mass of noise and colour, and the juices are flowing. Such scenes here, a sea of team colours, songs ringing down from the stands. The tone is set for the 90 minutes ahead. They've got underway here pretty promptly. Oh, he's got the shot away! Superb goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more. Oh, that was such a smart exchange of passes, and it took so many defenders out of play in one quick movement. Wonderful goal.
So, a breakthrough already. That's a sharp pass. He's picked his way through. Ribery! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Hernandez. Schneider. Eto'o. Dealt with nicely by the defence. It's out of play for a goal kick. Hernandez. And it's Schneider. Paris Saint-Germain are enjoying a good spell right now and leading. Rodri cuts it out. That's going to go a long way. Van Basten spots it and intercepts. Costa Curta. Paris Saint-Germain leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. Mbappe! Now it's Eto'o. Van Basten cuts out the pass. Hernandez. Oh, and he's through the middle. He's had a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Mbappe. Now it's Mbappe. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. He is through here. The referee has given a corner.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
That's really well manoeuvred. He could be in here. Van Dijk makes the interception. And it's Ribery. Messi. He's got away. And Messi! And the header! He's missed, but not by that far.
A more than decent attempt, Peter.
Costa Curta. Messi. Messi! Oh! Fantastic! That is a gem! An absolute gem! They have come roaring back!
Oh, listen, the writing was on the wall. It looked like this was going to happen, and it has.
A momentary lapse exploited with glee.
Lionel Messi!
That has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Look, Peter, I was on the fence before a ball was kicked, and I still...
There's the hit! Oh, and with that, the half-time whistle goes. So half-time, and it is all square. Neither able to pull away from the other, but that is not due to any shortage of effort on either side. It's a goodish game, this, and at half-time, it's one each.
Kindly remove it, as it is
Paris
about to be thrown
Saint-Germain
away.
head into the dressing room after a half in which we've seen 2 goals, 1 each, and the game right on edge. So it's back to business. No changes at half-time that we're aware of. Well, it looked promising, but the final ball is just not quite right. Davids. Gets his pass away.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Paris Saint-Germain looking to pass their way through. Nicked it back promptly. Now it's Mbappe. He's beaten the last man. Now it's Çalhanoğlu. Çalhanoğlu was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
The attendance for this match
Beckham
was
with the clearance.
71,649.
Shifted upfield. Couldn't squeeze it through. Hernandez. That is a great pick out. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
That just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Oh, and he's through the middle. What a throw in. That has not gone well. Quality ball. Schneider. He's going to be disappointed with that. Hernandez. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Now it's Mbappe. Can he finish? Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! And they've got their lead back. Oh, high quality goal. Lovely first touch. Sumptuous second.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Look, I just think they've kept at it and got their reward. Now they need to hang on to it. They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Odegaard. Oh, there's a probing ball.
Yeah, it's safe to say that they just need to manage this to secure the win now.
And Ribéry! It's in! They have stolen level at the last! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. Okay, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find a winner now, there's no question who I'll be backing.
Mbappe! Oh, shooting chance! Oh, yes, it's there! And that may just do it!
Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back.
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Paris Saint-Germain did lead. Indeed, they controlled, but they managed to throw it all away. Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot.
Hello,
Without a
everybody,
doubt, it
and
is the week's
welcome to
most
today's
eagerly
match.
awaited contest. A sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us. And we are glad to have you alongside us for it. And nobody in this atmosphere can hide from the truth about how much this game matters. The scene overflows with colour and passion. Well, if you didn't just miss it, we are up and running already. It's a throw-in. And it's Del Piero. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. That pass has been well intercepted. Can he put it away? He's scored!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
And that is fabulous. A true beauty of a goal.
You know, I'm not going to be hard on the goalkeeper because that moved all over the place on its journey.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. It'll be a throw-in. Paris Saint-Germain leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Oh, and he's through the middle. And that's been intercepted. Beckham. Beckham was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Nicked it back promptly. There's the shot! Big chance! Decent enough try. Perez. Adams. Guti. That's a nicely measured pass. Mbappe! It's run loose. Who's going to... Oh, he's been caught on it here. Oh, the shot could be on here. Perez. And it's Baggio.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more. Defenders popping up in these positions.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Can he finish? Sticks it away! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Oh, listen, the writing was on the wall. It looked like this was going to happen, and it has. Paris Saint-Germain really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Oh, look, Peter, I was on the fence before a ball was kicked, and I still haven't moved.
Van Belten. That is a goal! It's in! And the game is well and truly turned on its head.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
It's Perez! He scored! And again, they simply do not know what has hit them. That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
You know what was notable in that,
There will be
Peter, was the
3
fact
minutes
that he
added
didn't
time.
try to blast it. He chose placement instead and delivered a peach.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, it's been a...
And the half-time whistle goes.
Hello attendees, this is a Lost Children's announcement.
Please keep your eyes on your children during the match at all times.
That's the start of another 45 minutes.
Look, before they might get too carried away with thoughts of getting back into the game, they can't afford to slip up and concede another. The next goal becomes crucial.
Guti. Now it's Mbappe. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Costa Curta. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
Beckenbauer. Cole. Some really good ball movement. Cantona picked out brilliantly. Cantona showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. That's been cut out, well played. And that's put paid to a promising move. Could have been dangerous, but it came to nothing. Dealt with nicely by the defence. And they're back on the ball again. Belletti. Beckenbauer. Lizarazu.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
That is good alertness. And here's Mbappe. And the shot! They've done it! Perfect placement. The one place the keeper couldn't reach.
No other outcome there. That was bang in the corner. Unstoppable.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
I think they can sense a comeback here, and so can this crowd. It's all systems go now. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Del Piero. Costa Curta deals with that comfortably. Costa Curta. Beckham. And he's quick to get it clear again.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you. I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems. Well timed, excellent interception.
There will be 1 minute.
And the referee's looking at his watch. We could be done here. And the referee brings it to a close. Paris Saint-Germain can look back at this result with regret. A front foot start, but they were ultimately made to pay for their inability to kill it off. Your reflections then, Jim? So the wait is over, we can finally get going. Welcome to everybody who has joined us for this unmissable game. Hugely anticipated, hugely hyped. Undoubtedly the place to be at this moment in time. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena. Absolutely perfect for a game of this nature. So it's down to business here. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, that's well spotted. Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Lionel Messi is indeed one of a kind. He's got the shot away! Mohamed Salah, look at the space. It's Firmino! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Spread it left. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Neymar!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Guti. Messi. Fiddles it through. Shot could be on. Oh, he's got a crucial block in there. Davids! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! That is how you do it! A goal to launch his new life, his new chapter.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition, now forced to come out.
Terrific header! And he hits the net! And the lead lost no time at all!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
What a super header, dispatched beautifully.
Yeah, he makes those runs with great stealth and a ghost-like arrival to get his head to the ball.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
That's a decent clearance. And here's Neymar. Salah. It's Salah! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome. Saka. He's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Adams. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Guti. Paris Saint-Germain looking to pass their way through.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Messi. Oh, nicely intercepted. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. A pretty decent watch this, and each side has contributed in equal part. Couple of very good goals for the crowd to enjoy, and a game which is right on the edge. At half-time, it's 1 each.
Chance in football.
Well, the scoreline indicates a pretty tight game, but there has been a lot of action in it, and it has been an exceptionally good watch. The score at half-time, 1-1. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Paris Saint-Germain clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
And he's only too happy to take that back. And it's Neymar. Oh, well played, well sorted out. it's Figo. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Spain applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that's the...
Shapes to shoot! Just off target.
That's a little unfortunate. He had a lot of people worried then.
Figo. Oh, he's onto this. Mohamed Salah! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Mohamed Salah has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Costa Curta cuts out the pass. Figo. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Beckenbauer kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Figo. Mohamed Salah. Great hit! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! And they're back in front.
That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, he's someone renowned for his pace and those darting little runs, but also for being a very good ball carrier as well. They want to add more dynamism to that front line.
Substitution in
Paris Saint-Germain fires from distance. And that could have brought them level.
Rodri nearly produced the perfect retort. That can only be a means to have another go.
That is good alertness.
Spain really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
And it's Stoichkov. Into the last 5 minutes. There's the shot! It's in! We thought it was over! It's all square once more! Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Well, it doesn't have to look spectacular. Why complicate simplicity?
So all square with almost no time remaining.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. Okay, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find a winner now, there's no question who I'll be backing.
Stoichkov.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in. Mohamed Salah voted man of the match, and deservedly so. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Paris Saint-Germain certainly had some good moments.